London Times had a very big story by Anthony Mascarenhas called The Genocide. And the Beatles, with not the Beatles so much as George Harrison with Ravi Shankar, had the first aid for, you might call, humanitarian music being used for humanitarian reasons in the Madison Square Garden in New York.
The Kissinger Doctrine. The name itself, it actually strikes a chord with me. I'll tell you why. Because I have very long been trying to make this point that it truly, in a sense, is a forgotten genocide, not just for the West, also partially for even Indians, because it's not forgotten for us Indians, but it is looked upon with a certain lens. So there's a strange paradox, and I have very close ties with Bangladesh, as you yourself pointed out, and I've also been fortunate enough to be a part of a few Bangladeshi films which have been made on the genocide or the 1971 war. But the interesting part is that in India, forget about the West views the 1971 situation, the creation of Bangladesh, the genocide, with their selective lens. I mean, a lot of people, even today, especially in the far West, like in the US, they are not even still aware of the greatest human displacement of the last 100 years, which is the Indian partition. They don't even know about that. I mean, they barely know about that, actually. So forget about I don't expect them to even think or even know about, like an inch about the 1971 situation. But even in India, I've often come across people with opinions about the war of 1971, essentially as an India-Pakistan war.
With what happened during the Bangladesh crisis, that Indian reporting, which even to this day is unfortunately biased. And very honestly, the Bangladeshis have a very genuine reason for thinking that Indians have tried to co-opt and take over the 71 war the Mukti Jotas, the people of Bangladesh. They fought for it. Yes, India helped them. And no doubt that war ended early because of Indian help.
Indian intervention, of course, yes.
India was a midwife, so to say.
Pardon me?
India was the midwife.
Well, yes, you can call him, midwife, whatever it is. But it would be unfair to say that's India-Pakistan war. But that's the way the West wanted to see it also.
Right.
The West was very